Hey Adventurers, today is going to be a or a video that is on my list of annual videos to do, and the idea behind it is just to check in and see about how bad I failed on my MBR or my TBR for the previous year. We will see if this annual video continues on, but anyways, the title that what I am calling this video, what I'm titling this video, is books we were supposed to read in 2023 but didn't. So let's talk about them. Basically, these are the books that I put on my MBR or my TBR for the 4 quarters of the year, and that I never ended up reading. Most of them got put down to the next quarter, to the next quarter, to the next quarter, and some of them, some of the books that I didn't read in the first quarters were moved down, and I did get them read later on in the year. But then these are the ones that I never ended up reading, even though I really wanted to. So we will just go through these. I don't feel bad about not reading any of them, except these first 2, because I really want to get these first 2 read. But other than that, I really don't feel terribly bad about reading them, just because I know the reading speed that I have and the amount of time that I have and the amount of books that I still ended up reading, as well as the amount of books that I physically read. And anyways, let's just get into this. So the first book that I have on this list was Taliesin by Stephen R. Lawhead. I did not read this one. Arthurian literature, I love Arthurian literature. I wanted to read this one specifically because I know that there's an adaptation of this series coming out, and I want to read the books before I watch the adaptation. It might not happen at this point, but I still want to read Taliesin, and we are going to try for it in 2024. Then we've got Beowulf. I have no good excuse why this hasn't been read, other than I haven't taken the time to sit down and read it yet. I will. This is one that maybe even in January or February I will get to this one. So I don't know when this video is going up. I may have already read this by the time you watch this video. I don't know. We are going to try and watch and read this book sometime though this year for certain. Then we've got Nevada by Zane Grey. I love Westerns, and the 2 Zane Greys that I've read I absolutely loved, and so I want to try another one of his. This one's a fairly short one, 217 pages, so it's a short read. I know that it's got small letters, but I know that I'll be able to read this one fairly rapidly once I actually sit down and spend time reading it. I just haven't yet, but I do want to read this because I love Westerns, and I've liked the 2 Zane Greys that I've read. Then we have Red Rising by by Pierce Brown. I don't know, this is one that I just keep pushing off. I have the 3 books in the nice, what is this format called? This is trade paperback. I have the first 3 books in this trade paperback, that they're all in nice condition. Got them for super cheap. And I do want to read the series. I know a lot of people really love the series, and I think that it will be one that I actually really enjoy as well. But for some reason, I just cannot make the time to sit down and read it. Maybe this year, who knows? That's kind of all of these. Maybe this year, who knows? Then these next 2 I'll talk about at the same time. This is The Legend of Luke and Tagarung. These are both Redwall books. I have read both of these several times in the past. The Legend of Luke at least twice, maybe 3 times. Tagarung several times. I don't physically own Tagarung. My family does have Legend of Luke, so I can go read that one physically if I want to, or I can listen to the audiobook. But Tagarung has been, well, both of these actually are in my top 10 Redwall, maybe top 5 Redwall, because I really like both of these, but I want to reread both of them. And one of my goals for 2023 was to read more Redwall and to continue through that, working my way through that series so that I can eventually have read and reviewed every book in that series. I'm doing good in that I have every one that I have read, I have reviewed since starting the channel, but there's a couple that I need to actually read and focus on and dedicate a review to. These 2 were supposed to be read last year, and I didn't get to them. That's alright. Then I have Tribe of the Accord by Sean Michael Stone. This is one that was sent to me. I don't remember. I think this is a self-published novel with a video game that goes along with it or something like that. I don't remember all the details at the moment, but it's one that I would like to read. I do kind of feel bad about not reading these ones because they were sent to me by the authors, and I really want to get to them. I think I'll enjoy it. I know that it's like prehistoric fantasy, and I want to see what that's about because that sounds really interesting to me, but I haven't gotten to it yet, and I do kind of feel bad about that, but I do want to read it. if that's any consolation, I don't know. Maybe this year I will get to them. I do plan to focus on the books that I physically own already, as well as specifically the books that have been sent to me by authors. I do plan to try and read and get to if I possibly can. basically the exact same situation with The Elementals by Abby Latanzio. This is, actually I was sent this by the publishing house, which is Curious Curls Publishing, and I want to read it. It's elemental magic, that's good enough for me, but it's also four brothers are the main characters of this book apparently, and I like themes of brotherhood, so I want to see how that turns out. I want to read this book. Again, I have no good reason not to have read it other than time and just not reading fast enough. But again, I'm going to try. This is one of the ones that I do actually want to prioritize this year because it's been calling to me since I got it. So the last one I have that was sent to me by the author, well, it's not the last one that I have that was sent to me by the author, it's the last one that I have on this list that was sent to me by the author, is Nicholas Raven and the Wizard's Web by Thomas J. Prostopnik. This is a series, epic fantasy series in 3 volumes. I have, the first book here is like 600 pages, 598 pages for this first volume. I really want to read this. For some reason it's calling me, and I think that it's going to fit my taste really well. I don't know that. I won't know it until I read it. But I want to read this book so bad, and again, part of it's just chonky. It's going to take me a while to physically read this because it's so chonky, but I do want to get to it really bad, and I want to eventually get this book read and reviewed for the author, since he was kind enough to send them to. And then the last one was not sent to me by the author, it was sent to me by Tori from Tori Talks, and basically I want to read it because of Tori and because of Kay and Andrew. So anyways, that is Wickwire Watch by Jacqueline Hagan. This is another self-published fantasy book. I really want to read this one. It sounds like I'm gonna love it because everybody else has loved it. And the way that Tori pitches it is Howl's Moving Castle meets Oliver Twist. And I don't fully understand that, but I want to try it out and figure that out for myself because that sounds amazing. So hopefully a shorter video today, but I like to look back and see how bad I did at things sometimes because that's fun for me. It's not, oh, I really failed bad and I don't want to see that. No, it's I'll fail really bad and I want to see how bad I failed because that's funny to me and it's fun. And so that's kind of what this video is. It's not meant to be putting me down or anything like that. I do want to get these books. I put the books on my MBR or my TBR because I want to read them. And it's really sad for me not to have read them, but that's okay, I'm okay with it. Anyways, that's enough rambling. Thank you guys for watching An Erudite Adventure. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you guys again soon. Stay warm.